Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So I have finally received my well-awaited planner covers from Mansorah Atelier, and I am so sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. I am terrible at pronunciations. But anyway, let's get right into it. So the first cover I'm going to show you is in her leather Young Poet, which is a undyed leather. It is just amazing. If you look at her Instagram, you will see the leather when it's new, which is like this, although it is showing up a lot lighter than what it actually is in person. And as it ages, obviously, if you guys are aware of undyed leather, it tans, it marks up and everything, and it ends up getting a lot darker and just gorgeous when it's well used. I've previously had an undyed leather cover from a Australian seller. It was a lot lighter than this one, and it marked up and tanned really well. Unfortunately, it was an A5 size, and I ended up butchering it to make a TN, and I was pretty unhappy with it. It ended up getting pen mark, and it got rained on several times, so it got pretty watermarked. No, I think I spilled something on it as well. Anyway, back to this. Sorry. I have wanted a cover in her Young Poet leather for years. I've been following her, I think, since at least 2019. I bought my first cover from her back in 2020, which is actually this one here. I think originally I fell in love with her clear covers, which have this is the trimming and then they're clear and they're just gorgeous. But I ended up originally buying this one, which was in an A5 size back when I was in a moleskin. But then I decided last year that I really wanted to have this leather in a week size. But I don't think she sells this leather, or I don't know if she stocks this leather anymore. So I asked her if she'd be happy if I sent this back and have her remake it to a Hobonichi Weeks size. And she was more than happy to do that for me. I paid, obviously, a fee to get it changed, and she had to use some different leather for the inside than what's on the out, which is fine. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's like really nice and pebbled, and it just adds more character. This was actually a cover that I'd had previously, so there's a few little like bungs and stuff on it. It's a lot heavier than the Young Poet. I quite like that though. It's got a different backing in it, so the other one's got a pocket. I'll just show you. So this one, oh dear, let me just cover that. So this one actually has a proper back pocket, but this one does not. I actually wanted it this way. That way I can slip the back of my Hobonichi Weeks in, and because I use a clear cover on cover, I can still use my pen loop. And I just wanted them to be different. I didn't want to have two covers that were exactly the same but in different leathers, so it just keeps it interesting. And this one doesn't have a clasp closure, whereas this one does. I don't think she recommended the clasp closure on the Noblesse. This is the Noblesse leather, sorry, as well. I can't remember if I mentioned that. She just said it just gets a bit too chunky, I think, with the closure, and I guess it would have been a lot heavier. So I got her... Oh, I already had this when I previously had the cover, but she obviously remade it to fit the week size as well. So it's just got the little band closure, which is really cool. So now I've got two covers that are kind of completely different. And it's got a bit of leeway in it as well, because I kind of want my weeks to get a little bit chunkier. So yeah, I absolutely love both of these covers. I'm so happy with them. I could not recommend her enough. Her work is just amazing. The craftsmanship is just incredible. I'm pretty certain it's just her that does it. She is a one-woman show, and she is amazing. As I said, I sent this back to her in October last year. I think I put in the order for this one as well and paid for them both in November, I think. And then she got around to making them in late December or early January. So it does take time. Obviously, especially over Christmas, she would have been having breaks, which is fair enough and understandable. And I think she may have hurt herself as well, which I think is why with a few of the orders she sent out little extra pieces because there was a bit of a delay in getting orders out, which is completely fine. I mean, I've waited several months for these. They were posted back in early January. They left Germany on like the 20th of January, and they literally only got here yesterday, which was the 4th of April. They do come from Germany. She is based in Germany, and I am in Tasmania, Australia. So there's been a lot happening in the world, both in Europe and in Australia. We've had floods and stuff, and obviously the war with Ukraine. So even though I was so anxious, I thought they were lost because the tracking stopped working. I think that must have stopped when it hit Australia, because DHL's tracking was just fine. But anyway, they're here now, and I'm so happy. She also sent some little cards, like they're not postcards, they're just little cards, and there was, I think, 4 of them. There was like 3 really gorgeous foresty ones, and then there was this wheat one which I cut down and stuck in here, because this is a picture that really kind of, you see a lot. I think she does like the brandings of the wheat on some covers if people want it, and so it's just a very, very her image. So I thought it was perfect to have it in here, and it just fits the rest of my aesthetic really well. And I am just over the moon with this cover, guys. Like, it was so hard trying to figure out which cover I was going to move into first. But yeah, I just had to go with the young poet. I'm definitely going to keep this protected, even though I'm so excited to have it tan up and get used and stuff. I am absolutely terrified still. I'm going to ruin it like I ruined my other undyed cover. But yeah, guys, I can't recommend her more enough. Like, it's just crazy. But anyway, on to the third and final cover. So this was the freebie. It is a pocket size, I believe. Again, it's showing a lot lighter than it actually is in person. It's a bit darker. This leather is so soft. It is so smooth, and it smells amazing. I wish I could like give you a little sniff of what it's like. I'm sure you guys that have leather covers or leather items, you will completely understand anyway. My partner and his daughter were laughing at me last night because I was sitting there like a freak sniffing my covers. My partner's daughter smelled it and she said, "It just smells like cardboard, Sarah." But well, that's okay. So yeah, so this was a little freebie, and it's just so lovely of her. Like, I now have to find a use for this. I do have a couple of pocket things floating around, so I might use it as like a journal or just like a catch-all list or something. And yeah, it's already scratched up quite a lot. I did ask her what leather this was, and she said it is a new one that she hasn't released yet. So that's really interesting. She's got, so her main leather is Young Poet. I'm not sure if she has Noblesse anymore, but she also has 2 other main leathers that are fairly new at the moment called Grace, and one is like a greenier colour, like a very olive, well, not so much olive, but an earthy green. It's really gorgeous. And then there's like a mahogany one, I think. I'll link her Instagram and her shop below anyway, so you can have a look. Highly recommend, totally worth the wait, and she's just so lovely to deal with, and I'm just so happy with these covers. But yeah, if you want to see more of these covers, feel free to follow me on Instagram or YouTube here. I'm hoping to post a bit more, and I'm hoping to post an actual full flip through of my weeks now that I'm a lot happier with the layout. But yeah, I will link everything below, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.